What is going on, ARC Nation? It's Aaron here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to score a deer. Some of you guys don't know how to do that, so I'm just going to show you how you score a deer. First thing you have to have is a piece of paper and a pen to write down the measurements that you make. See, what I usually do is on the piece of paper I'll write down an L for the left side and an R for the right side, and then draw a line down the middle. That's how you're going to start. And then what you're going to write is, in the middle you're going to write IS for inside spread, and then down the left side you're going to write G1, G2, G3, and if it's a 10 point, it's a G4. There will be a G4, and if it's a 12 point, G5. So it's the G's are what they are is the points. So right here's the G1 or the brow tine, G2, and G3. And if it's a 10 point, it'd have one right here. That'd be the G4. So that's how you know what that is. And then what you're going to write is, you got the inside spread, the G's, and then you're going to do the main beams. So I'll show you how to measure that. And then you're going to do C1, C2, C3, and C4. That's the circumferences around the antlers. That's basically the mass measurements. And okay, I'm just going to start scoring this deer then. Okay, first thing will be the inside spread of the deer. The deer I'll be scoring is the one I did last year. Or shot this year, I meant. Okay, you're going to take the tape measure. You also have to have a tape measure that can bend so you can make the mass measurements. Okay, you go from the widest point on the inside of the antlers. So that'd be from about right here to right there. So from right there to right there. And I see 21 inches for that. So it must have shrunk a little bit. It was 21 and a half when I shot it. So the inside spread is 21. Okay, now I have the G1 for right and left. Okay, we're going to start with the right. And the way you score these tines are, you're going to take the take and draw an imaginary line along that horn right there. So if it didn't have that point, it'd stay flat. And you'll measure from right there to the tip of the horn, following the bend of it, obviously. Okay. So we'll do that. Draw the imaginary line. And you follow the bend of it. That looks like 3 inches. So the G1 for the left side is 3. Measure the G2 or the G1 for that side or the other side, which is also 3. Okay, now we're going to measure the G2, which is, if you follow the main beam up, it'll be the next point. So there's the G2 right here. And we'll measure that for each side. So draw that line. Follow it up. That looks to be 5 exactly. And this is the left antler. 5. The other one, it looks to be 4 7/8. You also measure in eighths. I don't know why, but that's how it is. So you can be more accurate, I guess. Okay, now you're going to measure the G3s. And the rule is, if you're going to take the thickness of the main beam and then from the tine, the bottom of the tine where it starts off the main beam up, and if the main beam's thicker than that point, it don't count. So this deer's going to score as a 7 point. Okay. From that down, and that looks to be 6. Draw that line across, that's a 6, exactly. And that's on the left one, 6. Okay, now the main beams. Stop dropping that tape measure. Okay, what you're going to do from the main beams is you're going to start on the back side and come up around the outside. Clean to the tip. So we're going to try this now. That one is 19 and a half. And that's the right one. Or 19 and 4/8, my bad. I'm going to do the left side. That one is 20. About 20 and a little less than that, so 23/8. Okay, now the circumferences. Okay, the circumferences, you're going to want to start for the C1. It's going to be on the left. You're going to start right at the base of the horn. So, deer horns, there's going to be that little lip right there. This little lip. You're going to start right above that. That's the base. And you just measure completely around it. And it looks like the base on this deer is 4 and 2/8 for the left. 4 and 2/8. Okay, now we're going to do C2. C2 is the smallest point between the G1 and the G2. So that should be about right here. That is 3 and 4/8. Okay, now C3 is the smallest point between G2 and G3, which is about right in the middle there. It's 3 and 1/8. Okay, C4, since this is an 8-point, it will be the halfway between the G3 and the end, so about right there. Now, if it was a 10-point, it'd be the G3 between the G3 and G4, but since this is an 8, that will be 2 and 1/2 exactly, so 2 and 4/8. We're going to do the same for the other antler. Start the base. 4 and 2/8. That's exactly the same as the other one. Now we'll just do it between the smallest point, which is about right here. 3 and 2/8. It's a little smaller on the other one. Between these two, this will be 3 and 1/8, which that's the same as yellow one. And this last one exactly between there and there, it's just really a guess. So we'll break the other horn off. And that measures out to be 2.5, which is the same as the other one, 2 4/8. And now what you're going to do is add it up. And if you're not a good adder, you will be using a calculator. So 21 plus 6, because they're both 3, plus 5, hold on, I can't do decimals on that, so let's try this again. I can't do fractions, so that one's 6. That's 9 7/8. That's 6. That is 7/8. 39 7/8. 89. Okay, no, that one is 6. 6 6/8. This one is 6 2/8. And that one is 5. Okay, so we're going to add this up now. See what I did there is, you can see that I wrote them all down, and then over here is where I write the totals of them up. So that's backwards for you guys, but so 27. That is 36, 42, and sometimes 42 plus 39 plus 9 plus 6 plus 6 plus 5. That's 107. Now I need to add up the eighths of it. So 7/8 plus 7/8 is 14 8. So that'd be 1 6/8. And then that is now 2 4/8. And then 2 6/8. So 1 9, 9 6/8 is the score of the deer. 1 9 6/8 as a 7 point. So that's not too bad. And that's how you score deer. ARESC Nation, signing out.